Yeah, what's going on? We have an actual new deck in Hearthstone. This is a gladiatorial combat arena warrior, as it's being called on HS Replay, and it's currently a tier 2 deck, specifically one with a favorable matchup against Imbue Druid, because using that gladiatorial combat, you can actually cheat into play either Yasandre, Draco Rex, or Tortola as early as turn 4 with coin. Sometimes you can do it on 4 and then again on 5, where these crazy big minions cheated into play early. That almost like Barnes style effect of old, right? Getting something busted into play so early, and then of course leveraging that in extra ways with stuff like Clutch of Corruption or Succumb to Madness in order to get copies of those Yasandres, just building these overwhelming dragon boards, or sometimes getting copies of your Draco Rex, because remember, this is also a dragon for both of those cards, which can just shut out stuff that's all about wide token boards. Say a Herald Shaman, for instance, that's trying to go really wide on board. That can be the ultimate answer to those decks. On top of that, this deck actually has a surprising amount of little damage it can output, not only because sometimes you have like dragons stuck behind or a scaling Tortola, but you're mixing in weapons with Erupting Volcano, which, you know, this can deal 6 damage 3 times. You stick these little boards, you deal with your opponent's stuff. You got really efficient removal with Torch and Execute to help some of that damage connect. You got the Sanguine Depths in here for extra damage. It's like, man, suddenly you're just kind of dying before you realize it's even happening. In combination with cheating out all your big stuff, this deck has like surprising stabilization, surprising threat development, and surprising lethality, which means it can actually find a lot of wins. Now, you don't need to know how well I did, because we already know this is a tier 2 deck according to HS Replay, but I fired off an insane 6-in-1 run with this deck while recording the video, man. It felt like it really almost could not lose. It was just beating up on everybody. So actually a really fun deck, cheating out all this crazy stuff. It's fun to play with some new cards here. I mean, it's actually an old card for the record, but a new deck anyway, alongside a few actual new cards with a fire package that feels very, very good, admittedly, in this deck. So all in all, very cool to see this, particularly cathartic because it can beat up on Imbue Druids, as you're about to see. Hey-oh, I like this hand a lot. Yeah, Druid, we have a pretty dang crazy mulligan win rate with this against Druid, man. This deck actually might be favored against Druid. Is that why it's doing so well? Let's see. Yeah, I mean, not the numbers aren't crazy, but they're solid. It's a 57% win rate against Imbue Druid, so better than pretty much anything else, I think. Is that one of Druid's worst matchups? Let's see. Imbue Druid's worst matchup. Still Aggro Druid, Unholy Death Knight. And yeah, this one's next on the list. This is the 3rd worst matchup for Imbue Druid, which is probably the only reason this really has an opening in the meta, right? I actually don't really want to draw cards necessarily. I do want to coin Gladiatorial into Gladiatorial, though. That's going to feel insane and awesome. Taunt minions in hand. I mean, like, technically that does something. I just don't really love any of these right now. Maybe Destructive Blaze with Charge is just the play because it's like damage. You know, I mean, I know what I'm doing next turn. I'm coining Gladiatorial. Nope, that's not next turn. Don't do that. Nope, that's turn 4. Nope, for sure, don't do that. I know what would happen with me. I would hit the coin and then realize half a second late, like, oh god, what have I done? So against Druid, I don't know what we want to hit. I think Yasandre is still pretty insane with Succumb to Madness in hand. If I could find a Clutch of Corruption first, I'd feel even better about it. We're drawing Draco Rex, so little nervous about the shield block, because if I draw another minion, like in theory, I might mess up my my gladiatorial combat. So I'm just gonna not draw any extra. It's really unlikely. It's 2 out of 23, right? But as soon as I draw 1, the second one becomes stranded. So I'm just not gonna force the draw here. Just weave in a card and get some, you know, get some chip damage that might come back later and matter. We have ways to deal damage. Amir Drasil, definitely a slower path right now for this Imbue Druid, which is nice. That's good. They're not off to a, you know, rocketing pace here. I think Yasandre is still the best hit here, just because like right now you have a bit of an opening, even with a 5/5. You know, it's not that threatening right now. And then next turn you'll have Tortola if you want, or you could go Succumb already, but I think you go Tortola first, right? Just because you just want that risk on it. You draw it. You don't want to accidentally draw it. That would be really bad. Not the best dragon, but it's okay. Opponent is having the slowest start I've ever seen, by the way. Is really quite good news for me. This is just going face. We just want to create that pressure out here. What a turn 4/5, man. Yasandre on turn 4. The ultimate piloted shredder, right? Just crazy. I mean, I guess you give the opponent a 5/5, so it's kind of like I just got a 4/3 on board, but still, you know, insane setup. And then turn 5, 130 here. Crazy work. Searing Fissure is actually going to be pretty good again, too, I think. They're trading in a lot. That ordering left more health on the 5/4, which I think that's pretty reasonable to want to do. I think we have a really good Searing Fissure into Succumb to Madness here. You did not leave them space for the emergence. Oh my god, I could just go double Yasandre right now. I think I still like the Searing Fissure a little bit better, though, just because that Divine Shield's so annoying, right? Like, you just want to get rid of that. I think I'm going to maybe go face a lot. I mean, I definitely want to Yasandre out. I know that. Probably hit the 5/3. So we don't give them too easy of a hit here. We've got the Tortola going face. Maybe clean up a guy here. You know what? I think I will clean up a guy. A little tempo never hurt anybody. Just like a little, you know, just a little bit of help maybe. So next turn looks like Succumb again, plus probably Shield Block or whatever. Let's keep farming these Yasandres before other stuff gets messed up and goes in the pool too much. You don't want too many dragons in your pool. That applies in real life and in this context. Dang, that's pretty sick actually with this extra board out. Really sick. And there's no way this is dying. The taunt is really good. Well, I mean, I guess there's not no way. Malorn, what's Death Knight guy could maybe snipe this, right? There's a few things. That would actually be a pretty sick play if Death Knight guy sniped this. That would honestly be pretty nuts. Don't be Death Knight guy. Don't be... Oh, card draw for me. I don't mind that. Don't be Death Knight guy. Oh, they're not even playing the guy. Wow, what was the guy? What'd they get? I'm just flabbergasted. Are they dead? 9 and 5 is 14 and 3 is 17? Cannot... I can trade this in, by the way, if I want to get another one on board and then buff them both. Like, that's pretty cool, right? Is that better than Succumb to Madness? Maybe, because it presents a lot of extra lethality. I kind of wanted to go face too, though, is the thing. I also just really want to establish the Yasandre. I'm torn. I don't know. I think I want to save that guy for later, to be honest. I think you just have to establish your Yasandre before your pools get too polluted, and like, I think you just go face, right? We have a lot of damage we can deal, including this. You know, this is just like we said, already just 3 to the face. They have to clean up everything. Yasandre's got, I don't even know, 3 dragons in him, which is actually exactly right for this board right now. But how do you still deal with the Tortola? They might have their own Tortola. That could be something. I've got Draco Rex now to help me tidy up any remaining board, though, too, which is nice. That's good, man. Tortola's just eating dudes. Eating dudes. This was a great play. This deck's so tough to deal with for some decks, man. Well, many decks, I think. Haven't really ran into any problems yet. What did we... I lost one game. What was it, too? I forgot already. Oh, a Dragon Warrior. Oh, yeah, we just had the worst opener. They farmed early with those elusive guys. That's right. Spoiler alert. It may not make the video anyway. Yasandre again, so just making their life harder here probably, right? No, pretty low rolls, though. Those suck. They have a board clear out of that Malorn card. What would it even be at this stage? I don't think any of them are straight up board clears, right? Death Knight guy's the best one probably, but I don't think it can deal even with Tortola. Yeah, they're just done. Wow, yeah, this felt good, dude. This felt good, getting the revenge on the Imbue Druid. I liked it a lot. That felt great. Felt great. This deck's fun, dude. All right. Yeah, I don't know what to actually keep in this deck. We're gonna trust the Mulligan guide here. I've not played a single game yet. I think having cards in the hand, big minions, is theoretically bad. We want to make sure we have at least one payoff for the gladiatorial combat, which you know, Ysandrae and Dracorex can definitely be. If we draw them all, though, I guess we get a little sad. I guess we'll go ahead and pop that, lest it get bigger or fuel other things. Sky Raider. I totally forgot that was a card that existed. Pulsar Health and Taunts. Yeah. Holding a dragon. I'm not actually holding a dragon yet. I mean, this is pretty sweet, to be honest, but much further along. I don't know if I do have some weapons and ways to take damage, right? So I think it's okay, probably. We'll see. Next turn is Shield Block. Maybe I should have taken the Pirate just to combo with Shield Block. Torch plus Eternal Toil is a pretty cool little combo in this deck. Same with Execute Eternal Toil. Another freaking Twilight Egg, huh? Show me an Axe of the Forefathers, please. Giving up some damage there, but positioning-wise, I guess that's a bit better. That's certainly good for turn 5. Maybe we find a Dracorex, yeah? Ysandrae, we don't have any follow-ups for, right? There's no Succumb to Madness yet. It does to me kind of feel like, yeah, okay, there is Clutch of Corruptions. You have how many ways to make a Ysandrae here? Like, 2 of these is kind of 4, and then the Succumbs is 6, 7 Ysandraes total. It's quite a few, yeah, that's quite a few, I'll say. Sure. For now, let's eat this. Deal with some of that immediate damage threat. Another Tortola. Dracorex that costs 6? I mean, 3 attacks still pretty reasonably good against a lot of shaman stuff, right? I think that's cool. So we'll go Gladiatorial. We'll hope to hit Dracorex, actually. I think you want to hit Dracorex. Ysandrae would not be nearly as good because we just don't have the follow-up yet. And Dracorex deals with that 5/5 on board immediately, so that would be great. Drawing Ysandrae here would actually be really cool. Just draw it. Game over. 4 Glory is also cool, but I think we got to do this first. Dracorex, nice. Okay, so do we hit the egg, I guess? I think it pops the egg first and then does the damage. Nope, I'm lying. Wait, what was this? It did work. It just animated weird, and the damage was dealt up here. Did you see that? It's like the egg animated up here as it popped. I thought it looked like there was no 5, so I thought it was going to summon in behind that that damage, but it worked exactly as we hoped. So that's great news. Dracorex, like we said, a home run hit there. Now we have the second Dracorex to deal with any future problems. 4 Glory could be awesome if it ended up being free somehow too. They're just like trying to kill this Dracorex because they know it creates a lot of problems if they don't. Which also is a bit weird for me just because like I don't want to leave this on board. I don't really want to send my Dracorex into it either though, really, right? You could you know, go like Erupting Volcano Torch or something. I mean, none of that's really that interesting. I think I'm gonna just attack and play the Volcano and Hero Power. It's so boring. It's not exciting, but I'm gonna wait on this too to get maybe a Fire Spell turn. I mean, this is like the most boring turn, right? But I just don't really need 5 face damage right now. That doesn't seem particularly important, so I think we like this better. King's Hammer to kill the Dracorex. Alongside Static Shock to push a little extra damage face. It's pretty cool. I like that we have the second Dracorex ready for that next board. It won't be that good against future heralded guys, but you know, those little 0/3 taunts and stuff, there's a few targets there that still line up. I guess we got to do this because what the heck else are we doing? We're not playing it last turn in some ways, but we also wanted that moment to establish the location, so we'll see. Hex. All right, that leaves Ysandrae a lot of space, so that's good, but they might have a second Hex, of course. need them to actually play more guys. I need to play these to open up my hand a little bit, and they're just going for one guy at a time as a token deck, which is really, really, really being annoying. Like, go wide, sir. Do not make me spend 4 on these. Axe of the Forefathers finally hits. I mean, that's pretty good for Torch, I guess. Maybe we'll just rip 6 to face here. Shouldn't really need it to clear the board, right? I think Draco Rex should serve that purpose alongside another Axe, Execute, right? Or Torches, whatever. We have quite a few options on that, so. All right. Getting close to Tortola too, which cannot be hexed, importantly. I like this deck, can actually do a lot of damage, right? That's the crazy part, is actually quite a bit of damage. That's another card we can kill pretty easily. This might finally be the 4 glory turn. Oh, we're frozen. That makes it a little harder to kill than Muradin. Still possible Draco Rex, though. Play one more guy. They can't play one more guy. So this is 7 though anyways. I think we could just rip these regardless. Clutch for later. Depths for later. What's this gonna put me at? Down up to 10. You play 2 cards. Sure, that looks fine. If I see the second Draco Rex from the opponent, by the way, I'm annoyed. I'll say that. Like, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed that there's another Draco Rex, right? That seems very frustrating. Okay, so now you can go Tortola. That gets you to Shaladrisil, although currently our hand is a bit full for that. You can actually, by the way, put Draco Rex in the clutch, right? Let's not forget about that. He is both a beast and a dragon, which might honestly just be worth it. Just because Draco Rex seems really good against token boards. Opponent's kind of turning face here, though, which is wild. How much damage can we deal here? 5, 7, and 6 potentially is 13. So I don't think we have any lethal setups yet. I think you might just slam the Tortola here, really. Just kind of check that weapon a little bit. Can't be hexed. So, like, how do they deal with this problem, you know? This, sadly, is not a beast dragon. That would also be really cool for the clutch, but... yeah, I think we're okay now. I could have arguably attacked to damage this Tortola just to give myself a little armor or, you know, punish them more for hitting into it, but ultimately I think this is okay. So now Draco Rex can hit pretty hard. Gain 6. Wow, they went for a super defensive one. That's crazy. Gladiatorial Combat actually summons a Yasandre. So if I go Gladiatorial Combat and then ping my Draco Rex with a Sanguine Depths, he hits here. That clears everything except the back half of this guy, which then my weapon can clear. This deals 5 anyway, but I just want to clear the front half on the, you know, resolve it right away. So this clears that guy. Guess you just go like shield block. Maybe you get a clutch in there too. Yeah, that seems fine. Yeah. Shield block. Maybe should have damaged the egg first. I don't know if it really matters, but do we deal 3 here? Yeah, I mean, whatever. I don't know. It's not 6, but just refreshing that for later has some value, right? Speeding it up a bit makes sense. So now if they use their location, it pops my egg, which is pretty cool. Yasandre's its own problem. They still have the Tortola problem too. They thought maybe they were going to get through it with poisonous, but of course we just dismantled that board, so that's fine. Well, Traxian's really big, but really slow. I don't see how this keeps them alive. Oh, Healing Rain. Does that keep them alive? They can hit the Yasandre, but it sucks, you know? Really sucks. How much damage do we have? 12, 14. Axe is 16. So I don't think you're there yet. Shaladrisil give you any outs with... Hand is kind of full, right? I think you now get a random assortment of these. Is that right? think we're just gonna like tidy up stuff this turn, basically. I don't think we have to hurry, right? So we're just gonna tidy up. Is this the 8 torch? Yeah, maybe use the execute there then. Use the 4 torch here. Do I pop my egg and gain 8? I don't really need to. I think we're just chilling, right? It's just like next turn, what do they do, you know? This, like I said, pops the egg, clears the Draco Rex, pops the Yasandre. I actually kind of need the board space. We have too many locations out right now, to be honest. Yeah, what comes out? We get a Crater Experiment, and then there's the other Yasandre. Deathwing's good, but it will kill the... It actually will kill the Tortola, right? It kills highest health. So that's pretty good for them. I'm getting some armor along the way, which is nice. So now we're kind of on the Yasandre win condition. I mean, arguably, I guess Shaladrisil win condition too. If that dealt highest damage, we would have probably been happier, but this is okay. Do they kill this? They got some health to work with now. Avatar form. Take an 8. That's nice. Does this deal the 2 to those? It does. Wow, and they sucked. They were really, really bad. Oh my god, they were so bad. What the heck, dude? Why did they suck so hard? Brutal. Absolutely brutal. I guess you just, yeah, you got to get rid of this guy, right? And then you just play this, I think. I'm gonna sit on that one maybe to deal a little extra damage later. Okay, so we're at 14. I'm like not feeling super safe, to be honest. I want to kind of turn that around harder than I liked. I feel like we were killing them, but then they just gained a bunch of life from Deathwing and the Elise. Things went kind of weird, and my oh my god, am I dead? I'm giga dead. Wow, they redrew this immediately. Are you serious, dude? Wait, they don't have hero power anymore though. Wait a minute, they don't have hero power anymore. I mean, I'm probably still losing because this board looks insane, but an ideal 17. I don't really see how. Steals 1 and 5 is 6 and 8. Erupting volcano. I'm just kind of going here. I don't know. Just playing fast and just kind of hoping we figure it out. Feel like I'm a little light though, right? Oh, I got to attack here too. Lethal, right? Woo! Giga lethal, actually, so much extra. Just kind of, I just like went with a flow state, right? It just kind of seemed like we had enough because I knew we had 12 sitting at the end, right? They were at like 7, right? So as soon as I got to where 5 health was on board, I guess we were guaranteed. So just trying to maximize everything to be extra safe. Kind of scary, dude. They almost turned that around on me. That went south faster than I expected, to be honest. That was really spooky. Well, Gladiatorial Combat is fantastic. I guess you keep the clutch just to support that really well, and then you need Axe to keep up with Priest? I don't think so, right? I think you just go for greed on this. I think it's just all about greed. 4 glories, fine. Probably not, again, very good against Priest, but we may not really care. So when you hit clutch, I think you definitely just want Yasandre off your gladiatorial, right? You don't care about Tortola as much against Priest. I mean, it is cool how much you can buff the Tortola in this deck. I think that's a pretty sweet interaction, but ultimately just want that repeated pressure of the Yasandre, especially when you hit stuff like that. So turn 5 Yasandre, and then Turn 6, Succumb to Madness, and the Clutch Egg both out. Opponent is going hard here. We do have a lot of life gain too against a deck like this that might be more focused on, you know, trying to kill me with these red guys here. Such beautiful card art, by the way. Really one of the best card arts I've seen in a long time. There's been a few card arts lately that I really liked a lot. I also really love Sinestra in the new set. Like, just really bold color use in both of those. It's great. So they increase healing but don't have it on hero power anymore. Hey, Tortola. Okay, I'm actually happy to see that. Because now we get a dragon either way for our clutch. But I really wanted Yasandre. No! It's fine. I don't think I'm gonna clutch... I don't think against Priest it's right. I think I need value. You know, especially in Imbue Priest, I think I need multiple hits of boards. Like, I just don't think Draco Rex wins me the game. You know, if this were a board-based tempo deck, for sure, right? You just get these and clean up the shamans over and over again. But against Priest, I think we need better. So we're just gonna dig for Yasandre. I actually need them to summon more minions again. That's another problem with Draco Rex, is like, you lose your card draw. You gotta take it while it's there, but your card draw sucks in the meantime. But next turn, if I have to, I will hard play one of these. The 5-cost Arcane Intellect is mine, and it's good. It's good. You know, this is actually kind of a bold card art too, compositionally speaking. Like, the interesting part of the frame is all on the, you know, on one side. They kind of left a lot of negative space there, which is pretty cool. Maybe we go Shadow Flame Suffusion instead here, just because we could perhaps fill our turn a bit better. Could even find a Yasandre. Yes, all day. Sure. The fact that it's buff doesn't really matter to me, but all right, man. Intertwined Fate. So Yasandra on the top, we give it an egg. Do they have any silences in Priest right now? I'm trying to think if there's a good silence effect. I mean, silence is just, as a keyword, isn't really something we see as much anymore. There's Medivh, but he's 10. We would want to keep an eye on Medivh later, though. Definitely feels like the kind of deck that could have a Medivh. We might want to try to win before 10. That's kind of a good idea. Otherwise, or maybe like save, you know, a Succumb until after that, right? Try to bait it out early. If we're not winning already, try to bait it out a little later, maybe. That might have to happen too. Medivh doesn't destroy locations though, right? I don't think so. Is there any other silence effect? I don't remember one. Oh, actually, cease to exist. The rewind card, silence and destroy a random enemy minion. So I wouldn't expect that in the deck, but I could certainly see it off of an Imbue. That would not shock me at all. So I do think there's a chance we kind of run out of value here, assuming the opponent hits a couple of those kinds of plays. A big Medivh turn, a big silence turn. You know, I don't think this is trivial yet. And I don't think Tortola wins a game against Priest easily. They have a lot of life gain potentially thanks to their bonus, right? So like this deck can push out damage thanks to Searing Fissure and what's that location called? Erupting Volcano, etc. Ah, they're already ripping the second Yasandre out here. Oh, they're just gonna give me the board of stuff. Okay, I think that's cool, but it's a lot of damage staring you in the face now. Dang, dude, this guy's pretty sweet too, man. Really sticky and annoying. I'm gonna go ahead and go for the Yasandre again then, because, well, maybe we draw first. I don't have my clutch up is the only downside, but I do have a regular Yasandre still in the deck, right? So I think it's okay to go a little early, basically. I'm saying it's okay to go a little early. Also, this is polluting my pool, so you don't want to wait too long because you might not have it back in the pool, right? And it's pre-Medivh too, which is a good news. If it lived into this clutch, like, that might be great. I don't know, right? Might be awesome, but this is going to be a full board, basically. They might go for the Medivh's clear thingy, the deal 4. Ooh! It's actually bad for me. Maybe anyway. Probably doesn't really matter, but like technically I hurt my stuff more. Devouring Plague is a heal to full, but are they dead anyway? 7, 14, 22, 27. It sure looks like it to me, right? I can just use these and attack first. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, scary, dude. It's close. Maybe not that close, but it's kind of close. I don't know. The extra early Yasandre probably created an opening there that might have been harder to thread through. You know, that game stretched further and further. You'd have some doubts, basically, about that actually connecting. Love the hand, man. This is really cool. And Warrior Succumb to Madness jumps up to a 66% mulligan rate. The only problem, perhaps, with keeping this full hand is that you do limit your ability to find gladiatorial combat. But the data was there, man. I see the data. Is this a mirror match or a dragon match? Dragons seem a lot scarier than mirrors. That does not appear to be a either. This might actually be a Herald Warrior, right? Well, I mean, Herald and Dragon share some DNA, but might be more about the Herald side of it. Oh my god, a bonus Yasandre. Probably with coin, I have to take this, right? It is killing a draw is the only thing. Mm, 3/6 Reborn. I mean, Tortola with charge is really funny, but not good. I hate that this is killing a draw. It's otherwise by far the best pick. I wish it was like any other Dark Gift, to be honest. Creating a copy would have been the home run one. That would have been completely insane, but we'll make do. The opponent's gotten off to a pretty slow start, thankfully. Oh, that's a good Yasandre card too. Nice. Okay. So next turn it's probably just clutch hero power. Turn 5, we figure something out. I don't know, Searing Fissure, execute type line, and then actually Searing Fissure's pretty good this turn too. Oh, never mind. Screw all of it. It's coin gladiatorial combat. That's the play now. Even Yasandre is great because we have the Succumb in hand. Draco Rex also pretty sweet. Okay. Nice dog. I don't love the Draco Rex taking hits, but it's fine. Clutch on Draco Rex, by the way, not a totally crazy idea. Kind of, it's same with Succumb, right? Like, not a totally crazy idea, but just depends on the game state and moment. Yasandre's definitely better, like, long-term overall if you can, I think. Draco goes down to 3 here. I guess he doesn't have to, right? You can go Searing Fissure, Torch, or even just Ping Torch really might be okay. I think this is all right, though. This hopefully dodges the, hopefully the Draco Rex dodges the hit here. I don't want to take 5, right? I think I can use the Torch, no problem. I don't think it's too much of a risk. Big question for this turn is, do I clutch the Draco Rex? Or do I save for more Yasandres later? Because this will be up on turn 7 again for the Yasandre. I think I clutch the Draco Rex, right? I think tempo is actually pretty important in this matchup. And I can activate it next turn really easily with Sanguine Depths to make sure it trades in, right? So it just makes it really hard for them to develop any kind of good board here. So that's down on 6, back on 7 for the Yasandre, and then you still have this Succumb to Madness as well, right? So we could just honestly go hard with like triple Draco Rex or something next turn if we wanted to. But I might want to make sure I can pivot a little bit into the late game with more Yasandres, because like these Draco Rexes definitely could kind of fizzle out, right? They're not necessarily guaranteed. This is a good way for them to clear the Draco Rex, but if they use the Volcano, like, very good chance I get a new one, right? So are you just kind of trading in? Oh, interesting. They're hitting that first and then using the Searing Fissure. Do they have like a torch here maybe to clean these up? Ravager trade torch. That's pretty good too, I guess. Yeah, they want that on board, so it takes 4. This never clears it though, so it's still alive, which is cool. Yeah, let's do this. Let's try to just keep our Draco Rex alive, right? Hey, that's a pretty good hit. Okay, do we hit face with this just to deal 7? I don't think we really need to, right? It also like technically saves some damage on the torch, but again, I don't think we really need to. Just a reminder that this only procs its effect when hitting minions, not face. Pretty easy to forget that. Feels like the kind of thing somebody would write a comment about, and I'd be like, no, dude, that's not how it works. Let's just get that out of the way. Has to attack a minion for its effect. So next turn we go Yasandre Clutch, obviously. That's, I think, going to put us in a really good spot, because then we'll have 3 Yasandres at least. Hopefully find more for later, but 3 might just be enough to seal the deal here, because they're already quite a bit on the back foot. I'm still at 32. It's kind of hard for them to even develop anything right now. It's a pretty good turn, though. I don't hate this. My torch actually deals just enough, but I'm not going to play it because I got to go Yasandre. So the question is, do you Dracorex that? Or not? Like, do you leave it? Do you go face for 5? I mean, I definitely don't want them drawing a bunch of cards. I'll say that. That's definitely accurate. I think you kill it. Them drawing a lot of cards could maybe be one way I lose this game. I don't know. So for me to pop this, I can just attack and torch. Execute only works on enemies, but this works on friendlies. Of course, something like a Siphoning Growth would also be well. Oh, I could also just Sanguine and trade too, assuming there's a board, which almost assuredly there will be. It is nice that my Yasandre, by the way, is extra big. It makes it even harder for them to get through all this. Like, they've mostly been playing removal this whole game, which is so hard. It's so hard to play removal. This is a deck that wants to be attacking, wants to be on the forefront, right? And we even played with coins, so the Dracorex just swings so hard. That's, you know, any board-based deck, it just falls so, like the turn 4 Dracorex, how do you beat that, you know? It's so hard. This doesn't even get them through the Yasandre, man. What's the plan here? Is there like a torch? Oh, Volcano does. Oh yeah, I forgot about Volcano. That just gives me another Yasandre, dude. It's crazy work. And whatever this guy is. What is this guy? Death Rattle Change Battle. Yeah, okay. Yep, they're just dead on board by 1 billion. I also have a new Yasandre, card draw, removal. Yeah, this deck's tough, dude. When you get that gladiatorial combat, dude, it's tough. This is that old school big deck, man. Okay, let's keep these 3 guys. They look greenish. Torch seems quite good too. Against Shaman in particular, right, we want to have answers to early game boards, so some of this chippy damage hopefully gets us closer to that. Ooh, gladiatorial combat's great. I think that's our #1 mulligan win rate card. Coin it out on turn 4 seems insane as well. Even if they get a 5/5, only Yasandre really sucks against that 5/5. Both Dracorex and Tortola can farm that 5/5, so yeah, let's hope we draw Yasandre. Or maybe like hit a Succumb to Madness so that he's like easier to play off of, or maybe Clutch of Corruption as well would be the same. Guess you go Axe here, just kill the 2/3. Searing Fissure for later. Also kill one of the totems here. Actually think that's probably worth it, yeah. Just because they can just, you know, going wide is a little bit too punishing. Healing totem, since it healed a lot of life, I think was the way to go, right? So now we can hit this guy, and this will die. Coin gladiatorial combat first, though, in case we get Tortola that we can buff, or we get just a little extra damage on the tiger. Dracorex is insane! Let's go! Dracorex is nuts against Shaman, dude. I mean, I think Yasandre and Tortola are like generally, you know, bigger late game win conditions, I guess. But freaking Dracorex early, man. And I get to go gladiatorial combat again next turn because I coined it. So like I could kill the other tiger again unless they have a hex here. Like sometimes this deck does have hex. Might hex the Dracorex. But even then, like they're so far behind on board at that point that you're still not that mad. So hopefully no hex. No hex. Let's go. This is going to get dirty. This is getting gross. So now I want Yasandre, I think, right? Just to have more like Tortola I don't need because we're keeping up with the board so well with the Dracorexes. I do kind of wish we had a clutch to get support the Asandre a little bit, but whatever, man. It's all good. Eternal Toil. All right, let's do this again, man. Who do we get? Tortola this time around. All right. Works for me. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the Tortola. Just because. I think it's fine. Just make him a little bit more annoying on board. In case they have some rush minions or something. Muradin comes down, you never know. Envoy of the End. Right. Kind of nice now to kill one of these with like a torch so that we don't waste health on our Draco Rex. Oh, clutch is also clutch on the Draco Rex. It doesn't have to be Yasandre, right? You can just use it on the Draco Rex. Yeah, I think actually, yeah, I think we're still gonna torch, right? I just hate that this one's at 1 health still. That's the only thing bugging me right now. I mean, I guess I can just torch it, right? It's not like you really lose a lot of torch upside there. Like, it really doesn't matter. I wanted to draw first, of course, to see. Like, we don't have to use that Eternal Toil there, right? But just drawing teaches us a little bit. We learn a little bit there. Yeah, we'll just go clutch. That's fine. You could go Searing Fissure as well, but you don't need to. So we'll clutch the Draco Rex. Bada boom, bada bing. We're hitting hard for 10. This, remember, only deals the damage when it hits minions, not when it attacks face. So you can't like use face to clear up the rest. That would be insanely broken, honestly. It's already a pretty great card. It would be so busted. Is this the Hex? That's a random shaman spell. Earth Shock's not in the pool, right? Haven't seen it. Gotta feel bad hexing this though, right? It's like, it's like a problem for later, basically. It's like you don't want to hex a problem for later. What kind of damage are we looking at here? 10. I could just ping this as well, but it's like you kind of don't need to yet, really. Yeah, they're just seeing the writing on the wall here. I think the Tortola alone is just like, how do I solve that problem? They're just gonna die. I don't know what we were gonna execute that turn. There was a lot of options. Just hit Tortola again to hit for like 8 or something. Just torch and execute my way through the board.